So it's a sad day. It's not really a great day. Basically, I woke up, as I usually do, right? Luckily, thankfully, I wake up every day. And I check my emails. It's kind of what I do. I don't know, just kind of one of those redundant tasks that I typically start my day with. And it's basically rolling out of bed right away, check my emails, and I'm greeted with an email from a subscriber. Shout out to Manny, one of my subscribers, one of my supporters. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And basically, he was asking if I heard anything about Aqua Atlantique being discontinued, because apparently he had been looking for some bottles after I just recently featured one, and I had no idea. And they've been getting harder to find. And in that email, he shared with me a transcript from Bulgari, the brand, saying that Aqua Atlantique unfortunately has been discontinued. So on the day of me recording this, it is April Fool's, and so I saw that email and I was like, oh, someone clever messing with me, because they probably know how much I love the fragrance and they're trying to get me. So immediately I sent an email to Bulgari. I'm like, all right, I'm going to clarify this for myself. I didn't think it was an April Fool's joke. I didn't think it was fake, because I could tell by how the email was written, or the response from the company, that it was, a company type response. And I'll share that with you here in a second. And so I reached out to the company, heard back a couple hours later, basically saying the exact same thing, that yes, Bulgari Aqua Atlantique has been discontinued. So I'll read the email that they sent me. I'll throw up a screenshot as well. I'll just see if I can show you right here. I don't know if that does anything for you, but that's the email transcript right there, and I'll read it for you. Basically says, thank you for contacting Bulgari. I regret to inform you that the Bulgari Aqua Pour Homme Atlantique is no longer available for purchase. Apologies for any inconvenience. I will happily provide your feedback to our U.S. Perfumes Department. Not sure what feedback there was. I literally just asked if it was discontinued, and that was it. So my feedback would be to bring it back, but they're not going to do that. I do hope that you discover our current fragrances available at Bvlgari.com. And then they go on to say that I can visit a Macy's, Bloomingdale's, Dillard's, or Saks to get some free samples. Like, I really want some free samples. I don't. So that's really what it is there. And again, I'll put a screenshot up. And then I'll go to Manny's email, and what they told him was a little bit different, still to the same effect, but basically they said, I regret to inform you that the Bulgari Aqua Atlantique is discontinued and no longer available for purchase. Apologies for any inconvenience. And they go on to say the same thing about free samples. So conveying the same message, but the wording was different here. I'm not sure why that is. And it was a different customer service rep that replied to him, different names, so that could be part of it, I'm sure. But that's what it is. I mean, it's discontinued. You've heard it on two separate occasions from the brand. That's where we're sitting right now. So why is this bad? Well, for a lot of you, probably isn't. I've seen so many comments where people say that Bulgari Aqua Atlantique smells like eggs, smells like ham, smells like crap. And it's going to be a skin chemistry thing. I've never gotten an egg smell from this one. My girlfriend has never smelled this on my skin and said that it smelled like eggs, or anyone else has never said that either. So it's going to be skin chemistry. If you're in that position where it smells that way, then that kind of sucks, honestly, and sorry about that. But it's not going to be that way for everybody. So for some of you out there, no big deal. For me, it's a big bummer, because this has always been consistently one of the strongest performing summertime fragrances in my collection. Very strong stuff, great compliment getter. My girlfriend loves it. And even when I told her this morning, she was shocked. She was like, you've got to be kidding me. She was upset about it. Someone who isn't even nearly as invested into this as I am was bothered by that. She's like, wow, that sucks. And it does, I mean, at the peak of its production, you were looking at $45 or so for 100 milliliters. You're talking a fragrance that lasts 12 plus hours, strong projection, great compliments, cuts through the hot summer air, all of that stuff. And it's gone now. So this is Bulgari's take on a blue fragrance, of course. It has that ambroxan DNA, kind of that ambroxan note, the Dior Sauvage type of smell, so to speak, but with this C note base, the saltiness about it. I love how it smells. It's always been one of the more affordable blue fragrance alternatives out there that's also good performing. And so that kind of leaves you with the question of what could take this one's place. Well, in a very broad way, it would be Bleu de Chanel. It would be Dior Sauvage. It would be Versace Dylan Blue. It would be YSL Eau de Parfum. It would be Ferragamo Acqua Senziale Blue. There's probably a few others I'm missing as well. But I own all of those. And when I go back through and I smell each of those, none of them smell like Aqua Atlantique. Yes, it's a blue fragrance. Yes, it's going to be thrown into the generic bag. But when you smell it compared to everything else, it has its own personality. And that's what I love about this stuff, man. So the fact that it's not being made anymore and you can't buy it in a production anymore, that sucks. At least for me. Probably for a lot of you guys as well. I just published a video 2 days ago on fragrances that I will always recommend. Ironically, this was one of them. Well, now that it's discontinued, I won't recommend it forever anymore because I'm not going to recommend things that you can't buy. So that means I won't be able to feature this one in my top 10 summer lists, all of those summer videos. It just kind of is a little bit of a bummer because I was hyped up to feature this one. I was hyped up to wear it. And while I still will wear it, I've already purchased 3 backup bottles this morning after I got that email. It still is a bummer. So I will provide links to this one down below to all of the major discounters, and the top link will be where it's in stock. I would recommend just getting it now as a backup if you're wanting to, if you like the fragrance. Don't wait around. The prices are already starting to come up. As I was looking around on eBay, I could tell they were rising. So don't wait around if you like it. Go ahead and start getting your backup bottles now. And I wish I had like an alternative or a clone, I guess, to this one, but I don't. Again, like I said, the blue fragrance genre, that would be where you would gravitate towards next. But I don't own anything, or I haven't smelled anything that smells like Aqua Atlantique, with the salty notes and the aquatic notes mixing with the ambroxan. There just isn't anything else out there like it. And that kind of leaves you with the question of why. Why are they discontinuing this one? It's strange to me. To be realistic, I understand why they discontinued Aqua Amara. That was very much a, not really a consumer fragrance, but more so an enthusiast fragrance. And we all know that us fragrance enthusiasts make up a small subset of the purchasers of fragrances, right, of the market. And so they're not going to keep something around just because we like it. So Aqua Amara, I understood. But with Aqua Atlantique, it fits into that blue category. I feel like it could have done so much better to the point where they wouldn't have discontinued it. But for whatever reason, they did. I mean, is the original Bulgari Aqua still outselling Aqua Atlantique? It seems that way. I don't know for sure, but it really does come as a shock to me because I feel like this would have been kind of carrying the line. I feel like it's done well for itself, but I guess maybe it hasn't. And one final point that I want to bring up before we get out of here. This just goes to show that these designer brands do not care about us. And I'm talking about me and you and other reviewers, us fragrance community, because it's something I see all the time. And I've talked about this before, so bear with me, but it really is kind of frustrating. People say that us reviewers get tossed these new fragrance releases, these new designer releases from these brands, Bulgari, Chanel, Dior, Armani, YSL, Givenchy, Gucci, whatever. Oh, we get all these for free. Couldn't be further from the truth. They don't know that we exist, and if they do, they don't view us as an important asset. They really don't care. And I've featured Aqua Atlantique in so many videos. I feel like I've probably pushed a lot of sales of this fragrance, and yet here we are a couple years later still being cut off. These brands don't care, okay? They're not watching our videos. They're not sending us free stuff. They do not have a care in the world. No matter how much we like something, no matter how much we feel like it's doing well, if it's not meeting whatever quota they're trying to meet, it's going to be cut off, and that's what happened here. So that's really it. Just wanted to make this video to let you know and to make you aware of this. It came completely out of left field for me. I wasn't looking around for bottles of this one, so I didn't know of this. Again, big thank you to Manny for sending me an email and letting me know so I could inform you guys as well. Links to backup bottles will be down below. It's a bummer. You best believe I'm still going to be wearing it. I'm going to be getting backup bottles, and I'm going to be enjoying the fragrance because I love it. Maybe you do, maybe you hate it. That's just kind of where it is. Alrighty, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.